In a previous video, you might have seen me spray painting some skid plates that I got out of the junkyard. Today I'm going to be putting one of those on because I've already put the other one on. So the engine skid plate, it looked very similar to this, only this one is plastic. And the one I put on is metal, which is nice. Got that out of the junkyard, I painted it. It's in. And it's in because I already had one, so I already had the mounting abilities. However, the other one I got, this is for the transfer case. And the only holes that are on my vehicle for this to mount to are the front ones that go on the cross member. So the ones in the back that mount on the gas tank, I don't have that mount. It's actually part of the skid plate for the gas tank. So I'm gonna fabricate something today that will hopefully fit on here, and that means dropping the gas tank, essentially. I'm gonna try and leave the gas tank in place, but take the skid plate out of there. And then I can weld onto it without fear of blowing up my garage and myself. So as you can see, here's my transfer case. Here's the cross member. And back here is the gas tank skid plate. And this skid plate basically mounts over here. There's two holes in the crossbar, and there should be a bracket that sticks off the back of the front of the gas tank, and there's not. So that's because mine did not come with that option. So I'm gonna drop this and make that work. There's like 6 bolts, I believe, that hold this gas tank in place. 2 of which are up behind the drive shaft. Now I've run the gas tank down to basically E. The light isn't on yet, but I don't want to risk not having enough gas, and wanted to make it work out on a day that I could do this, so kind of a pain. The less gas in there, the better. First things first, I actually have to mock up where I need to add a bracket. So in order to do that, I've got to get this mounted. Now you can see there should be some kind of bracket sitting here. And I'm thinking just a piece of angle iron. And I'll push that up a little bit and maybe just draw a line across here where I want that angle iron to sit. I found this U-channel. I'm gonna have to cut it down, but I think I can make this work. I want the bolts to be higher than the tank, so that way I'm not hitting the bolts. I was going to use a Sharpie, but I don't think I'll see that later, so I'm going to use this here fancy dart marking device. It's pretty nice. Hey, that round. You'll see I'm only going up to on this side because I can't get the thing in on that side, but that way I can get like a mark where I'd like this thing to sit. And my dart is very old, so the plastic is crumbling. There, give it a nice little mark. Do the same thing this way. So another reason for dropping this tank, actually not the whole tank, just the skid plate, is, I probably can't really tell, but every one of these I've seen, they've had this crush point right here on the gas tank. So I don't know if somebody tried lifting the Jeep up with a block underneath this thing at one point, or because it doesn't look like somebody off-roaded and hit it, but there's a nice dip that goes up right here. So I want to push that out of there while I'm got this thing down. One of these short stubby 18 ratcheting wrenches. There's probably a lot more weight in here than I thought there was going to be honest. So what I'd like to do is get it down just enough that I can get a ratchet strap around the tank and then hold the tank in place. And it sort of did that when I did those core 4x4 arms. It's a little bit more weight in here than I was hoping for. Yeah, I don't know. Holy dirt reduction. Let's see if I can get this down a little bit more. It's right there. Now I want to hook it to right to the brake line. Just kidding. So I'll bring it over the upper control arm and then hook it to the exhaust clamp. Perfect. I'm just trying to work the strap in between the tank and the skid plate here. And I think it's doable. Probably be a lot easier with another set of hands. Somebody will lift the tank up while somebody else works the strap. Work it, work it. You can do it. There we go. I'm under. I'm under. Under there. Under there. I'm just going to go around the drive shaft. My fancy pants Tom Woods drive shaft. And I can see that tank was dented. The plastic tank was pushed up because of the dent in that. So no gap. Huge gap. So the secondary reason for pulling this out, I've been wanting to do that for a while. I just wanted to get that dent out of there. I'd love to reinforce this thing somehow. But really, I don't think that's from a rock. It looks like somebody had a 2x4 jack the tank up right here via the 2x4. I don't know. It's very strange. I wanted to show you guys how I hung that gas tank. Flashlight. So I did get the strap underneath on this side, and you saw me do it there on the front here. But what I've done is open the doors and attach them there to these, the door catches, because there's nothing up high enough to actually make that work. So I certainly wouldn't drive it down the road like that, but to do what I'm doing in the garage, that works. I'll try to pound it out with just a hammer for now, see what happens. That is way better. I took a measurement of my marks before I got rid of them, so I'm gonna put them back. Let's get that thing lined back up. Right in about there. Looks about good. Tacky tack. Ooh, that's hot. So there's a secondary piece of metal on the front of this, and it sounds like it's separating from the back piece. That's fun. It's a good time. One of the things I'd like to do is put a gusset right here. Maybe I should do that. All right, I'm gonna go let that dry and make myself a latte. Make the wife a latte too, because she likes lattes. So I'll be right back. All right, that thing's looking pretty dry. So you're probably wondering why I welded it on here first before drilling the holes. But I wasn't sure where that plate's gonna line up, so I'm hoping to be able to get it up here and figure out where that's gonna actually lie, and then I'll just drill holes. Make it work that way. So we'll see. I'm gonna get that thing in place and see how it goes. It's always more funner when you're by yourself. Good sound. Just gotta get it past the drive shaft again. I'm sure you guys probably can't see too well. My big fat head's in the way. Let's put you over here. Just getting stuck on that. Oh, and I'm getting stuck on the straps holding it in. There we go. So I think at this point I can take the straps down. One. Now let's see if I can finagle that up there. Yes. Nice. Alright, now I think I should be able to get the strap out. And if my plan went correctly, I should just be able to pull. But I don't think so. I'll take it off the way I put it on. Please don't fall on me. I thought I'd just be able to slide the strap out by pulling. That works. There we go. Definitely wouldn't want to do this with a whole bunch of fuel in here. It'd be really heavy. I think these hold, what, 18 plus gallons? Right. Now what I'll do for my next trick, ouch. Ouch. Just jabbed my head with a bolt. That sucked. Okay, this one might slide out. So what I was hoping to do on the front was just pull this right through, which seems to be working pretty good on the back. So. Good and tight. It's German. I think that's going to work pretty good as long as I can figure out my bolt hole alignment. I think that will be the tricky part. Now, I'd imagine it's going to be a little tight. Doing it this way. Yeah, so I think it would have been smarter before I welded this on here to have drilled the holes and put it on here first, and then marked where this was going to get welded, then unbolt it, and then weld it. So, as usual, I do things a little backwards. So now, I think I'm going to have to measure. Dang, I'm measuring tapes and junk. Dang it. Typical Mike Meathead style right there, mister. It's just how I do when I'm doing what I'm doing. Well, I just got some marks made up, and I can barely see them, but you might barely be able to see them too. So just did some measurements. Hopefully that's good, and I'm gonna drill some holes. That's a new Harbor Freight drill press. It's a mag drill. It's the Daytona mag drill. Oh. Too much there. A little happy with the up. There we go. Try that again. Nice. Nice. Look at that. The Daytona walkie. No, the Daytona Walt. That's what we'll call it. The Daytona Walt mag drill. Be very careful of your your fuel lines are right there. Wow. I hate rust. Drops in nicely there. It's a little tight up here. That's okay. I got my tightener fitter. So I'm gonna get these back ones started. It's a little snug, but not too bad. These are tight. Very nice. Well, I'm in like with that. That actually protects the shift motor on the transfer case and the transfer case itself. Now, yeah, sure, that'll probably bend if you really hit something, but it's better than nothing. So It really worked out. I like the gusset because that's going to actually hold things pretty well. So cool. And I'm very happy to get that bump out of there, because that means I'll probably get another mile per tank. One more mile I can go. So very cool. I think it was worth the effort. And I guess the only thing now is the transmission doesn't really have any protection, so I can understand why, even from the factory, they wouldn't do that, because you've got your cat right there. So I don't know if that's a good idea to go covering all that off or not, but we'll see. I know they do make something you can get on Amazon. It's the only place I've seen it. You remove like every other transmission pan bolt, and it's a pan, not really a pan, it's more of a shield that bumps down a little bit, but it also will give you a little bit added protection. I'm sure you could bend that thing and that would push into the pan too, but I don't know. It's $100. I don't know if I want to get that or not. We'll see. But very happy to have extra skid plates and have a metal skid plate in the front instead of that plastic one. I didn't even know they came with metal. I just assumed that they only had plastic in the front and didn't have anything else. And then when I saw this, I was like, I'm snagging it. As always, thanks for watching. I appreciate your view, and I appreciate your subscription, and appreciate your like. Peace.